Hi everyone, it's Nicole Spohr and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a quick tip organization video to share with you featuring Cardstock Organization and the new way that I have been organizing my cardstock. I am using these Simon Says stamp sleeves to organize my cardstock. Previously I used sleeves that I had to kind of customize myself, trim them down to make them work, and it worked fine, but they're a little flimsy. And these new Simon Says stamp Positively, it's part of the Positively line from Simon Says stamp, I guess I want to say, and they are really thick, great quality. They hold your cardstock very securely, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to show how I organized the most recent Fawn cardstock. This is the textured canvas cardstock. And what I like to do with any of my cardstock is, because so many colors maybe are similar, probably not in the textured cardstock necessarily, but let's say your regular cardstock like Hero Arts or Simon Says Stamp or Fawn, those are the most often used cardstock colors I use. They tend to be maybe similar, and I will not remember the names of them. And so for use when I am creating product lists or I'm talking about them, it makes it a lot easier if I have everything labeled. As always, I'm using my Brother label maker. Mine is old, you guys, so definitely I'm sure there is a much newer one available. I have linked to that in the description below. However, this one still works great, so I have not updated or anything. This is a P-Touch. I do the chain piecing. I will link to that video at the end of this one, as it is still very similar for this kind of Brother label maker. If you want to know how to chain piece to save a little bit of the tape, which I think we all want to do when labeling things, as tape can be expensive. And so I always add a little label to the pocket that I store my cardstock in. And as I mentioned, the quality of these is just so far superior to what I was using before. Now, with this cardstock in particular, this is the Fawn textured canvas cardstock. Multiple shades in each color family come in that particular pack of cardstock. I will store mine all together. That's going to stay true. They have like some glitter cardstock packs or other specialty cardstock packs. I'm thinking like the dotted cardstock and things like that. I store the entire like color family, I guess I want to say. Whatever came in that package, I store together instead of sorting it out individually by shade. That just makes it super easy for me. When I go to place this on my shelf, I have an entire shelf of cardstock. It is stored in rainbow order. I will insert these in rainbow order on my shelves. So here I chain pieced all of the labels for the new cardstock. Now I do have one new color of cardstock that is not a textured canvas. That's Barn Door. I was so excited to see Fawn come out with this color. And what is fantastic about these pockets, you can see that there's that little lip up at the top, which makes it super easy to reach in and pull your cardstock out. I have not had that before with my cardstock, and so I find this so handy. In addition to being able to store your cardstock in the pocket, if you have scraps of cardstock, I know a lot of people talk about scrap storage. I have done so many different systems over the years, but probably for the last, I want to say 3 to 4 years, I have actually stored my scraps in pockets with the rest of my cardstock so that I reach for that scrap first before I cut down a full sheet of paper. These storage pockets are phenomenal for sorting your scraps of paper. Okay, so the greeting, the the title for some of these is really long and there's not a ton of room. So you noticed when I did the barn red, it fit up there in that upper corner, which is really where I like to keep it because that's where I look. And so I couldn't figure out where do I want it. I guess I could have flipped it over and done it on the top. I may still. It's a work in progress with organization. You know, you change your mind. But I actually just put it down slightly lower than the little lip there from the top. You could also place it down at the bottom, either over or above the Simon Says Stamp logo that's printed in the bottom right corner of these little storage sleeves. Or like I said, you could flip it over. I really didn't even think of that until I voiced over this video, that you could even flip it over and do it clear up at the top if you want. I may do that. Like I said, I don't look at the bottom. I usually look at the top. So, I'm not exactly sure. I played around with different placement. Like here, I'm going to show it down at the bottom. I know I zoomed in way too close. So you could do that. And I decided not to. And I just really like mine up at the top. You could do it in the center. It really doesn't matter. Whatever works for you guys. This works best for me, so that's what I am going to do. But I do highly recommend labeling your storage of anything. If you're taking it out of original packaging, the original packaging for the paper just isn't going to be sturdy enough. And I find it very helpful to organize my cardstock this way, as I'm always able to know exactly where it came from. So I hope this has helped you. I am going to speed through the rest of labeling these packages, opening them up and putting them in the sleeves. I do want to make a quick note about the Lawn Fawn textured canvas cardstock. If you haven't already, it is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. I used to love textured cardstock back in the day, and I used a lot of it back in my scrapbooking days. And I am super excited about the addition of this to my cards. I've used it a lot. So definitely check that out if you love textured cardstock. It is not super, I don't want to say like, it's just very subtle. That's what I want to say. It's very subtle, but it does give you that little extra added interest for any of your cardstock backgrounds. So I've just sped up the video to show you how I'm organizing all these. I like to do it kind of all at once when I have new product to organize. Makes it super easy. If you have any requests for how I organize other supplies, please drop me a note down below and let me know. I am sharing my ink swatch video very, very soon. I'm also refilming an old video I did of my stamp die storage, as a lot of it is very much the same, but I'm just kind of doing an updated version of that. I've had a lot of requests, people wanting to know what bins I store them in, which has changed simply because my shelves in my office have changed, and so they fit the IKEA Billy shelves better, and I will be sharing that soon as well. If you have any other requests, definitely drop me a note down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this quick tip organization video featuring how I organize my cardstock and the storage pockets I'm using to store them in. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my Patreon members. If you would like to become a member of Patreon, please click the link in the description below. We would love to see you over there. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new card making or organizing video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.